Players that I think were done dirty in the NEL arc of Blue Lock. If you guys like this type of content, please remember to hit the like and subscribe button. It helps me out a lot. I'm trying to hit 10,000 subscribers by the end of the year, and all you guys are responsible for getting me there. Thank you for all the support lately on all my videos, and it would help me greatly if you guys could hit the post notifications bell to be notified whenever I post a video. Anyways, without further ado, let's get right into this. I know as soon as I said this, a lot of people, they thought about a player in their head and they thought about the exact person I'm about to say. My boy Karasu. Now, don't get me wrong, all right? Don't get me wrong. Karasu is still a very good player. In fact, I'd say he's probably the starter of the Blue Lock 11 automatically in that defensive midfield role that I think he should specialize in. But when you really take in what Karasu was and what he is now, it's kind of disappointing. Let's look at it. Karasu used to be one of the most analytical Blue Lock players. He would look at the weaknesses in the other team and constantly attack that weakness, and that's how he'd win. In fact, he also showcased some impressive dribbling as he was able to get past two players at once while they were pressing him and go in between them and make the pass to Atoya. So yes, Karasu was a very good player. He was a good individual, but it seems like now he's a lot more of just a ball winner, interception type of guy. Where before, Karasu was not like this. He would do a lot more on the ball. And correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think Karasu has done anything on the ball this entire PXG match. You can correct me if I'm wrong in the comments down below, but all I remember Karasu doing in this entire match is just playing defense. I actually do not remember a single play of him getting the ball and doing something with it. And don't get me wrong, a lot of people might be like, oh, but when has he ever done that? He didn't even do that U20. Bro, come on, guys. Karasu was the vocal leader of that U20 team. If you look at the U20 chapters, you can see this guy directing. Don't jump in when they're defending against Satoshi Sai, when he's building up the play from the back. Karasu's always the analytical guy involved, and it saddens me to see that he has just been reduced to some interception merchant. And I guess the author felt the same way and gave him a pity metavision, but at the same time, it's just damn, his role really got scrapped for Charles. The next person that I think was done very dirty, and this is probably worse than Karasu, is Atoya. Now listen, I know there's a whole bunch of Atoya memes going around right now about how he's a fraud, how he's getting carried by Bachara. But listen, Atoya, we need to remember, this dude was actually a very good player before his assassination. We need to remember that. He was actually very good. After his assassination, the author decided to make him into not even a side character, an off-screen character. I don't remember a single thing Atoya did in the Bartra game. Correct me if I'm wrong. I know I say this every time for every player, but real shit, name me one significant thing that Atoya did. I'm being so serious. I don't remember him doing anything. And he's kind of just been reduced to a guy who, yes, always used to lurk in the shadows. But are we forgetting that he lurked in Rin's shadow? The guy who was possibly the best defender at that point that we'd seen in the series. He easily slipped by him on the off-ball movement. And now his off-ball movement gets clamped by a U20 defender who isn't even on the bench anymore. Come on, bro. He was getting clamped in the U20 by a guy. I guess the author was trying to build up the U20 defenders and how good they really are by showcasing that they could defend Atoya like that. But at the same time, it's kind of disappointing because since then, Atoya hasn't really added anything to his game. He's a ninja. He's able to move quick on the ball and off the ball. But he isn't able to do that. He's basically had no attention this entire NEL. And I know a lot of people in the comments be like, bro, it's Atoya. Who gives a shit about Atoya? You're right. I don't care about Atoya. I'm not the biggest Atoya fan either, but I'm just saying he got absolutely shafted. He got done dirty. I know I put this guy on the fraud list, but don't get me wrong, guys. He's still a very good player. And the whole reason why I have him as a fraud at the current point is because he was done dirty by the author. And of course, I'm talking about Oliver Aiku. I'm going to repeat to you guys again. Oliver Aiku, when he was introduced, was stopping the entirety of the Blue Lock 11 by himself. Now, of course, you could say, oh, but there was other very good defenders next to him who were having 1v1 matches with other strikers in blue lock. But let's not forget, Aiku was trying to defend and defending all of the best players. He was playing amazing defense and even got to the flow in this game. So you're trying to tell me that same Aiku goes to Italy, one of the most defensive nations we know in real life. Italy, the Italian league, it's all about defense. And Aiku just doesn't do anything. He literally, in the Ubers match, we were all suspecting before that game started that, oh my gosh, the Ubers, they have Aiku, they have Nico, they have Ryu, they have a very solid defense. It's going to be very hard for Basket Munchen to even grab a goal. But in the grand scheme of things, Aiku does nothing. That team was just boiled down to Nico recovering the ball after they lose it, and Lorenzo. Whoever Lorenzo was on, that guy's not scoring. That's what that team was really, reduced to. It's like Aiku was not even doing anything in that. And I feel really disrespectful for that, because the first time you're going to show him playing so good, doing amazing against the Blue Lock 11, a very stacked team. He goes to a nation that's going to upgrade his defense, and his defense doesn't get upgraded. Keep in mind, this is one of the first people we see in the series with Metavision, before we even knew what Metavision was. And he got no upgrade. And I'm just like, damn, the author really did this guy dirty. I'm not making this video, by the way, to bash the author or anything or say the writing in Blue Lock is bad. I'm just disappointed in the fact that all these characters that, I'll admit, aren't my favorite characters, but they had potential to be better than what they are now and provide more competition in all of Blue Lock. Because I feel now Blue Lock is just 5, 6, 7 players who are really compy, and the rest are just all right. They're all in the B tier, and then we have the 10 S tiers, but that's it. The next person I'm going to talk about is Tokimitsu. Now, I understand everyone's going to be like, Tokimitsu, come on, you really expect that guy to get better? I didn't expect him to get that much better. But can we just talk about his fall off and how the author did him after this specific moment? After this moment, I promise you, Tokimitsu was never the same. He went from being one of the top 3 players in the second selection, which isn't really worth much at this point in the current Blue Lock story, but he went from top 3, and even in those games where he played, he was a significant threat. Even Borrow couldn't hold him sometimes. And the reason why he was a big threat was mainly because his stamina doesn't go out. And I think that's a very unique thing that not many Blue Lock players have. It's like stamina doesn't really exist anymore. So I guess Tokimitsu doesn't have any reason to have that ability. But early on, it was damn, bro, this guy has unlimited stamina, so late game, he's going to be able to link up with Rin, and Rin can get down the field like that, which was very useful and a creative way to implement someone with strength as their primary skill inside a game. But since then, Tokimitsu hasn't done anything. It would have been cool to see him come on as a late game sub in the U20s game, maybe to just hound Shido, maybe use his strength to try and hound Shido when he doesn't get tired from all of Shido's runs and all that stuff, because he has insane stamina. And that wasn't done. All right, fine, whatever. U20 arc, big game, whatever. We then go to NEL, where he goes to the PXG game, which is a very intense game and long game where everyone's tired, and I don't remember a thing he does. He doesn't do anything the entire game, and it's not like he's supposed to do all this shit. Just do something, dude. You can't just introduce a character that has an ability to never get tired, has amazing strength, overpowering the strongest characters in the series, and he just doesn't get better from there. If Blue Lock ends up being 700 chapters or 500 chapters, Tokimitsu, you have to understand, most of these characters I'm mentioning will have peaked by chapter 100. By chapter 100, they will hit their peak forms. And after that, towards the end of the series, they'll never be the same in the narrative scope of things as they were in chapter 100. Do you understand how crazy that is? Am I the only one that thinks that's kind of crazy? I'm watching Blue Lock and reading Blue Lock to see these players all grow simultaneously. Now, of course, some people are going to grow to be better than others, but I want growth for everyone involved in the project. Otherwise, why are they here? Why is Tokimitsu even here? In my opinion, I think if the salaries get revealed in the next chapter, cut these bums. Cut Atoya. Cut Tokimitsu. Cut these people who do not have anything to contribute to the series anymore. And I feel like that would make the cast a lot more well-rounded. It would just save you time, bro. It would save you time and wasting screen time, wasting dialogue for these bums that shouldn't even be in the fucking manga anymore. But yeah, man, that was my blue lock players who I think got done dirty. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. Did I hit? Did I miss? Did I make some valid points? Did I make some invalid points? I'd love to hear you guys' thoughts. I read every single comment. And please remember to hit that like and subscribe button before you leave the video. I'm trying to hit 10,000 subscribers before the end of the year. I know we can do it. Please remember to hit that post notification bell if you already haven't to get notified whenever I upload. Anyways, I hope you guys all have a great day and goodbye.